The best anime of 2020. Over 100 anime later, which anime comes out on top? So what's up guys, Fox here. Anime in 2020. The year of delay. Still, I disagree that 2020 was not a good year for anime. So definitely gotta smash that like and subscribe. And don't forget to post your best anime too, plus the bonus categories. Kicking this off with the new one, Jujutsu Kaisen. Mappa Studio really is winning with the shonen anime. You got demons, curses, and a group that battles them head on. Wait a minute, where have you heard this one before? Veteran anime fans definitely chime in. For me, Jujutsu Kaisen reminded me of elements from Bleach, Tokyo Ghoul, Boruto's Dad, My Hero Academia, and even Demon Slayer since that's so popular. And I do say that as a huge positive. Just being caught up, I could tell you that the manga story is not at all groundbreaking, but it still is a solid shonen tale. This is where I freaking love Mappa Studio. The Jujutsu Kaisen anime really elevated every single manga panel without question. I really got a kick of seeing every extra chunk of the anime extended each episode. Demon Slayer, better watch out. Japan sinks. Controversial pick, perhaps. Either you liked it or you hated it. The title for this anime tells you everything. Japan is sinking. After a massive earthquake, Japan is turning into the Zombieland scenario. I think this hit closer to me since I've lived all my life in California and now Japan. Mother Nature shaking her thing is all too common. I recall watching this anime at the gym, just multitasking while doing cardio, and dude, the end of one of the early episodes, it left my mouth wide open. Like that did not just happen. Naturally, you're not gonna be surprised at people dropping left and right in this doomsday scenario, and often it ain't pretty. This whole anime reminded me of a Pixar film, where the anime is meant to pull at your emotions at each turn. I mean, I totally saw it coming, and it still worked on me. Definitely don't watch this if you're feeling sad. Ironically, for an anime filled with so much death and seeing the worst in mankind, it ends on a surprisingly uplifting message. Bofuri. Did someone say Shield Hero's daughter? You now got the adorable Maple. Instead of this being a 100% isekai, you got newbie Maple venturing into her first VR MMO. She happens to pick the Mighty Shield. One thing leads to another, and Maple happens to skyrocket her defense on accident. What makes this anime a blast is seeing Maple stumble into the next overpowered skill one after another, through sheer dumb luck. Watching the anime reminded me of my early MMO days, just grinding and grinding, then accidentally finding a bug you could exploit. All of a sudden you had the GMs pissed off and rushing to patch it. Looks like Shield Girl Maple may have received the true goddess's blessing. I mean, a giant flying turtle, a Super Saiyan blonde Maple, the ultimate mech battle mode, even turning into this unstoppable alien monster. Part of the reason this overpowered character even works is really due to the anime not taking itself so seriously, just like Maple. I was so happy to see a season 2 confirmed so quickly. Let's see what type of crazy power Maple stumbles into next. Eizouken. Have you ever wondered about the amount of work that takes to make your favorite Japanese cartoons? If so, I suggest watching Shirobako. Don't get me wrong, Eizouken is good too, but in terms of showcasing the actual animation process, it feels like this anime touches on it on the surface level. This is more like you creating your own fan animation passion project. The early episodes do give you an overview about the various processes. I did really enjoy how you got a taste of the other roles like the manager position. Sure, you got the animators, but you still need someone steering the ship. Eizouken fully takes advantage of their stylized animation, especially when the characters let their imagination go wild. This truly was a treat and a standout part of the anime. Part of me does feel like this is an artsy movie equivalent for anime. If you are a fan of animation, Eizouken is a must watch. The Villainous Isekai. A non-overpowered isekai character? What? Shut it, Subaru, you're freaking immortal. So you got main character Katarina that's been reborn into this fantasy world. Turns out it's a world similar to her beloved Otome games, which are essentially Japanese dating sims. The twist for Katarina is that she's the big bad, the villainous figure of her story. So now the challenge for her is to work her ass off to avoid any horrific ending. It's really just funny how she ends up befriending all the possible best boys, and even charming some of the ladies too, even her supposed rival. I was just eating it up. This whole isekai anime feels really refreshing. I really appreciated that you didn't need the super deep understanding of the otome genre to actually enjoy the anime. And season 2 is coming up. I just wonder how she'll be able to keep up her antics without it feeling stale. And don't worry, I will be rooting for you. Kaguya-sama Season 2. Oh, how much do I love Kaguya and Chika. And let's not forget the president. I mean, Chika raised that boy. It is surprising to see how much I fell in love with this anime just from the first season. I've been bugging my casual buddies to check it out too. John, watch Kaguya now. No, I don't care if you don't like romance. Kaguya Season 2 kept all of the lovable elements from Season 1, but kept on developing each character. I mean, how far has Kaguya come on her own? Has her trademark line even been said once this season? And that's not even getting into the development for the side characters. Definitely the cherry on top was that banger of an opening. We all gotta protect the singer guy for Kaguya Season 3. BNA, brand new anime. A new Trigger anime? Say no more. You know how much of a massive Trigger fan I've been since Kill la Kill and Promare. This time Trigger went the furry route. Main character Michiru gave you a fun tanuki girl, similar to Raphtalia except this time fully committing. As always, Trigger is on point with their animation. Their creativity displayed for all the various animals here was no exception. If I did have an issue for the anime, it was just the anime being too short. I mean, you have a whole giant world rich with the animal twist. I constantly found myself looking at the background and just wishing the characters explored more, but sadly the episodes quickly ran by. Another season could really flesh out more of these elements. I mean, who wouldn't want a sequel to revisit these characters and this animal utopia again? Oh, and that opening theme? Instantly fell in love. ReZero Season 2. What do you mean no best girl rem? Instant failure, am I right? But no, seriously, ReZero Season 2 has been wonderful. Finally, you've actually gotten into the true ReZero story. Season 1 was all set up for things to come. I was worried with Season 1 cutting out too much, since it made some anime-only people think the story was done. Thankfully, ReZero Season 2 brought back a good chunk of the world building you previously missed out on, including the lovely Echidna. Don't worry, sweetie, all your simps will drink your delicious tea juices. Along her came the other witches, and the lore about the whale and the great rabbit. All stuff previously foreshadowed in the books. Subaru even had a fun time experiencing the fluffballs firsthand. No joke, that death scarred me for like a day, and probably some of you too. It was really great and touching having Subaru saying a final goodbye to his parents, and at last meeting the Grand Witch herself, Stadella. There's still so much mystery surrounding this Witch of Envy. This isn't even getting into the other plot points involving the shady-ass Roswell and Betty. Perhaps I got my own magic book too, since knowing the events coming for Subaru, I am really hyped for the rest of the season. SAO Alicization, War of the Underworld Part 2, the epic conclusion of SAO Season 3. You really had SAO having their on your left Avengers moment. You had all the underworld goddesses, combined with friends, family, and even former enemies fighting for this new world. There were so many memorable moments from this latest SAO season. I mean, episode after episode of god tier animation. How many times did SAO get on trending? Once it was said and done, it really was SAO going deep into the fate route for Season 3, especially with this final anime chunk. It built on the knowledge of the rich lore and info from the light novels. It even expanded SAO Alicization further with the games. I only wish they had communicated the light novel requirement better to Western anime-only fans. As a longtime hardcore SAO fan, I'm really hoping more of this stuff eventually makes it into the anime someday. With the conclusion of SAO Alicization, I'm actually pretty hyped for what's next in SAO Yunoto Ring, and that includes what came before it with the SAO Progressive movies. The Violet Evergarden movie. Part of the journey is the end. This time, it's sayonara for Violet. Really, I think there was more crying in my theater than there was for Avengers Endgame. I don't want to overhype this saying that the movie was like the letter episode times 10, but it's at least on that level, and for most of you it's going to be higher. Here's a huge thank you to Kyoto Animation for giving us more breathtaking animation. And I know, since my review, I've gotten plenty of people who were passionate enough to inform me how the anime and now movie differ from the Violet Evergarden novels. All I could say to that is that the anime story and now the anime movie both worked extremely well for me. Perhaps one day when the books get officially translated, or I find some time, I'll check out the Japanese books. For today, for 2020, I'm happy to say that this is my top anime of the year. If you're a Violet Evergarden fan and enjoyed her journey, this is a must watch. Just get the box of tissues ready. You're gonna be ugly crying a bunch. So let me know, what was your top anime of 2020? Or top 3, top 5, if you can't pick only one. Mix up my very own anime awards for 2020. New categories for the first time. And don't be shy about sharing your own. For the best waifu or best girl, easily Goddess Asuna. I mean, staying behind with Kirito for 200 years. For the new best waifu, I'm gonna actually have to give this a tie between Echidna and Chizuru. I'll let you pick your favorite. For the best boy, gonna have to give this to Papa Bercoli. I mean, the guy gave his own to protect his daughter. Honorable mention to Blonde Boy Yujiro. For the best new boy, I'm gonna have to give this to Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. And the best sad boy will always be Reina. For the top villain, this is gonna go to the lovely Lord of the Dawn from the Made in Abyss movie. As an honorable mention, Roswell the Clown from ReZero. For the best 2020 cringe, easily goes to Rent a Girlfriend. I mean, the secondhand cringe from watching this was outstanding. For the best fight, I'm actually gonna have a tie here, Bercoli versus God Vecta, and also Goddess Asuna versus Vasago. As a runner-up, the Fire Hashira in the Demon Slayer movie. For the best opening, I think easily the one from Kaguya-sama Season 2, Daddy Daddy Do. For the best ending, it just snuck in there, but Attack on Titan Season 4. It feels like perfection for the final season tone. For a notable studio, naturally Mappa Studio has been getting a ton of attention, but do not sleep on Silverlink. This year they gave you Bofuri, the villainous isekai, the misfit of the Demon King Academy, and that SAO clone. And for a general award, the top grossing anime now, the Demon Slayer movie. Love this anime or hate it, Demon Slayer is here to stay. For the most disappointing, a tie. First off, The Great Pretender, partly for actually being good, then screwing the pooch at the end. Tied with The Day I Became a God, really for not living up to the author's hype. The saddest anime? My butthole it is. Next up, the honorable mention for anime The Lightning Round. The Digimon movie Kizuna. I know, call me a sucker, I blame nostalgia. This movie delivered where Digimon Tri did not. Although I'm still not buying this Digimon timeline truly being over. ID Invaded. This thriller anime gave you a mixture of elements from Ghost in the Shell and Psycho Pass. Bonus points too since I dropped it. Then that wave of positive response after it ended brought me back. It is worth the watch if you like this anime genre. The Demon Slayer movie. You saw my review for it earlier this year. I'll still say it's definitely nowhere near the hype, and at this point it's become extremely overhyped here in Japan. But still, it is an enjoyable movie. I'm really predicting that Demon Slayer will switch to a movie format going forward. My Hero Academia Season 4. Did you forget that was still this year? I know that School Festival felt so much like a filler season. It earns a spot from the Endeavor KFC mode and that god tier animation. So spicy. Dorohedoro Dodo. I can't believe this doesn't look like a CG anime, most of the time anyway. It really is worth a mention here for the crazy insane world it gave you. I'm actually really looking forward to jumping into the manga. Rent a Girlfriend. This one feels a bit special for me. It's actually one of the first manga I read when I moved over to Japan, which means I definitely knew what you could expect going into the anime. And oh my god, does it deliver on the cringe factor. I do have to hand it to the best girl carrying this anime hard. Interspecies Reviewers. You really have this great mixture. The anime pushing the line way past the source material, Funimation removing it, the controversy that followed. It was all quite a spectacle. Season 2 win. Isekai Quartet Season 2, this time with the addition of Shield Hero and Cautious Hero. Is this anime getting too stuffed? Thankfully, it didn't take away. I enjoyed Season 2, especially with the Konosuba guys. Food Wars Season 5, The Final Plate. Even if you thought the story quality had gone down, just knowing there's not going to be any more foodgasms in the world really gives you that empty feeling. Really gonna miss this food anime. Attack on Titan Season 4, the final season. I guess technically I could have put Attack on Titan Season 1 to Season 3 due to the recap movie. No, I'm kidding. So despite the confusion and hate some of you have due to the studio change, you've seen me being positive and rooting for Mappa Studio weekly. So far, I've really been enjoying what we've gotten, which means I'm going to keep on having faith in the animators and also the people in charge that they're going to go plus ultra to deliver their best for all Attack on Titan fans. Anyway, 2020 anime over. Definitely post your best anime of the year. Bonus points if you include categories. And 2020 has been quite a ride for anime. A colossal thank you for sticking around and passing 500,000. Let's try to double that in 2021. Go and watch my new juicy video on darker anime that need a sequel, and I'll see you guys later.